ENCOLAWS lawyer, patent and trademark attorneys, investment consultants. ENCOLAWS would like to wish you a productive day and update you on our legal document updates week 1 since March 2023, with the following contents.
Plan for development of partnership between customs and enterprises in 2023. On January 19, 2023, the General Department of Vietnam Customs issues Decision No. 104 QD-TCHQ on promulgation of the Plan for the Development of Partnership between Customs and Enterprises and Related Parties in 2023. In accordance with this plan, the General Department of Vietnam Customs sets up 5 activities, including information, supporting enterprises, consulting enterprises and related parties, supervising law enforcement, customs enterprise cooperation. Customs authorities at all levels promote support for enterprises in the customs procedures by type of imported and exported goods, regulations of law on exports delivered to designated domestic processors or imports from designated domestic processors, classification, valuation, and determination of origin. Support enterprises to promptly access information on new legal regulations, import and export situations, and trade trends, solve enterprises' problems arising when doing customs procedures. Focus on supporting groups of small and medium-sized enterprises, startups, and enterprises that voluntarily comply with customs laws. Provide free customs declaration software and update it, support and promote the digital transformation of enterprises and stakeholders to ensure synchronization with the digital transformation process of the customs sector. Customs authorities at all levels shall focus on consulting enterprises and on the matters as follows. On the development of legislative documents, customs processes and procedures, forms of documents, electronic documents. Regulations on customs management for imported and exported goods transacted via e-commerce. Regulations on customs procedures, customs inspection, supervision and control. Regulations on connection and information sharing in the field of export, import, exit, entry, transit of goods. Pilot e-tax payment on exported and imported goods. On January 18, 2023, the General Department of Vietnam Customs issues Decision No. 101 QD-TCHQ on approving the project on pilot e-tax payment on exported goods and imported goods through intermediary payment service providers. In particular, taxpayers actively make payments at any place with the Internet, anytime, anywhere, by any means. At the same time, regulatory bodies save human resources, ensure safety in management, and simplify the tax collection and payment process. Ensure accurate deduction of tax debts in a timely manner as soon as taxpayers, including organizations and individuals involved in export and import, pay taxes, fees, and charges, do customs clearance, release of goods, support individuals on exit and entry with arising payables to make payments quickly and accurately. In order to ensure that the system can be connected to the Customs e-payment gateway, the license granted by the state bank to an intermediary PSP must have at least 2 services. Electronic Payment Gateway Service. Support service for authorized collection and payment. Implementation time, January 2023. The intermediary PSP shall send a written request to the General Department of Customs to participate in the pilot and be guaranteed by commercial banks coordinated with the General Department of Customs that the revenues remitted to the state budget through the intermediary PSPs transferred to the Customs e-payment portal shall be remitted to the state budget as prescribed. This circular takes effect on January 18, 2023. From 2027, doctors must test and assess practice capacity. This is the remarkable content prescribed in the Law Medical Examination and Treatment No. 15 2023 QH-15 which is passed by the National Assembly on January 9, 2023. In accordance with the Law on Medical Examination and Treatment 2023, the testing for assessment of capacity for practicing medical examination and treatment before applying the grant of practice licenses applies to the following titles: doctor, assistant doctor, nurse, midwife, medical technician, clinical dietitian, out-of-hospital emergency provider and clinical psychologist. The National Medical Council shall carry out testing for assessment of capacity for practicing medical examination and treatment as follows. From January 1, 2027, for doctors. From January 1, 2028, for assistant doctors, nurses, midwives. From January 1, 2029, for medical technicians, clinical dietitians, out-of-hospital emergency providers and clinical psychologists. Practice certificates granted before January 1, 2024 shall be converted to practice licenses and renewed every 5 years from the date of conversion. The testing for assessment of practice capacity under this law is not required for persons applying for the grant of medical practice licenses with the title of doctor from January 1, 2024 to the end of December 31, 2026. With the title of assistant doctor, nurse or midwife from January 1, 2024 to the end of December 31, 2027. With the title of medical technician, clinical dietitian, out-of-hospital emergency provider or clinical psychologist from January 1, 2024 to the end of December 31, 2028. Persons who are granted an assistant doctor diploma at intermediate level after December 31, 2026 may not be granted a practice license with the title of assistant doctor. Law on Medical Examination and Treatment No. 15/2023 QH-15 takes effect on January 1, 2024. Add more 3 subjects requiring practice licenses from 2024. This is the remarkable content prescribed in the Law on Medical Examination and Treatment No. 15/2023 QH-15, which is passed by the National Assembly on January 9, 2023. In previous regulations, there are 06 subjects requiring practice licenses in accordance with the Law on Medical Examination and Treatment 2009, including doctor-physician, nurses, midwives, medical technicians, herbalist, owner of family herbal remedies or treatment methods. In accordance with law provisions prescribed in Law on Medical Examination and Treatment 2023, the medical practice certificate is called Medical Practice License. Apart from the above subjects, the new law supplements 03 more subjects applying for the grant of medical practice licenses, including clinical dietitian, out-of-hospital emergency provider, clinical psychologist. Article 27 of the Law on Medical Examination and Treatment 2023, every practitioner shall only be granted one practice license which can be used nationwide. A practice license's validity duration is 05 years, no regulations in previous law. A practicing license must have the following principal information: full name, date of birth, ID number for Vietnamese practitioners, or passport number, and citizenship for foreign practitioners. Professional title, practice scope, validity duration of the license. Persons applying for grants, re-grant, renewals or modifications of practice licenses must pay charges. Law on Medical Examination and Treatment No. 15/2023 QH-15 takes effect on January 1, 2024.
Thank you for reading our legal document updates and for trusting in our services.